Italy is full of magnificent sights to explore, from the rising Dolomite Alps in the north to the beaches of Puglia and the ancient temples of Sicily. These include anything from breathtaking natural and scenic beauties to some of the world's greatest works of art and architecture. You can't go wrong no matter where you go. Plan your sightseeing with our list of the 9 must-see places to visit in Italy in 2022. Let's get started with our number 9, Pisa and Lucca. These 2 neighboring towns are well worth a visit while in Tuscany, the first for the magnificent Campo dei Miracoli complex and the second for its charming characteristics. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is a well-known Italian monument and centerpiece of a UNESCO World Heritage Site that also includes the cathedral, baptistry, and Campo Santo, the finely carved freestanding pulpit by Nicola Pisano, a masterwork of Romanesque sculpture, is the showpiece of the spectacular baptistry, a museum featuring some of the most magnificent gold and silver work from the Middle Ages and Renaissance completes the set. Lucca, a nearby town with large walls and a tree-lined park, is one of Italy's most lovely places to visit and enjoy. Beautiful Romanesque and Tuscan Gothic churches, tower homes that one of which can be climbed to the top, and a Roman arena that has been fossilized into an oval piazza can all be found within the walls. Moving on with our number 8, Verona. A deep bend in the Adige River embraces the tiny holistic center of this former Roman fortress. The spectacular, well-preserved 1st century Roman arena, which hosts the world's famous summer opera festival, dominates its center. Several Roman arches are interspersed amid the medieval and Renaissance structures, many of which bear witness to Verona's long history as a Venetian province. Along the riverbank, the enormous Castelvecchio, a 14th century fortress, guards the Ponte Scaligero, a brick-arched bridge. Verona's strongest claim to tourist fame, despite its rich wealth of architecture and art, is found entirely on fiction. Verona was the scene for Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and locals have honored the imaginary figures by building homes, balconies, and even a mausoleum for them throughout the last century. If you enjoyed our number 8, prepare yourself with number 7, Pompeii and Herculaneum. Mount Vesuvius erupted forcefully and suddenly in AD 79, destroying the bustling Roman city of Pompeii and encasing it in 6 meters of ash and pumice stone for more than a millennium. Excavations that began in the 18th century discovered more than half of the city's structures and public spaces, bringing the city back to life. The city of Herculaneum was likewise engulfed by the same eruption, although this time in molten lava rather than ash. As a result, rather than showering down and smashing buildings, the lava flowed in and filled the city from the ground up, sustaining and preserving walls and ceilings as it climbed. Organic elements like wood, textiles, and food were also kept in this airtight seal, providing a fuller picture of a 1st century life. Details like dining vessels and even food have been kept exactly as they were before the calamity. Now, let's get ready to fall in love with number 6, Siena. Siena rivaled Florence for arts and culture in the 13th and 14th centuries, and it now retains a plethora of art and architectural masterpieces. The majestic Cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta stands out among Siena's primary red brick buildings, with its inlaid marble exterior and striped bell tower. Donatello, Giovanni Pisano, Bernini, and Lorenzo Ghiberti are among the renowned artists and sculptors whose works may be found inside the cathedral. However, art riches are not Siena's main draw. The winding ancient lanes and vast plazas beckon you to take a stroll. The Piazza del Campo is widely regarded as one of Europe's most beautiful medieval public squares. The Palio, a chaotic horse race held twice a year in this massive sloping main square, is held twice a year in the summer. Wow! Can you believe this? We're already halfway through our list. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more. Number 5, Sicily. Sicily is home to 7 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 3 of which are ancient sites, 2 of which are natural wonders, and 2 of which are architectural treasures. Sicily has some of the best preserved ancient structures. One of the largest Greek temples can be found at Silenunte. One of the 3 most perfect Greek temples can be found at Agrigento's Valley of Temples, and the 3,500 square meters of mosaics at Villa Romana del Casale in Enna decorates one of the best preserved villas in the Roman Empire. Sicily's landscapes, dominated by Mount Etna and its beautiful golden sand beaches, are a match for the island's world-class attractions. Palermo, Sicily's capital, is a bustling city with beautiful architecture. The nearby Monreale Cathedral is a masterpiece of Norman architecture, with 6,340 square meters of delicate mosaics by painters from Constantinople and Sicily, covering the interior walls. Monreale is one of Sicily's most popular tourist attractions, standing virtually exactly as it did in the 1100s. This next one is somehow underrated, but is totally worth the visit. Number 4, Turin. Turin, like Milan, is one of the great industrial cities of the north, but it is relatively tiny and tight, with many of its highlights easily accessible on foot. Its architecture and formal layout have a majesty to them, as though the Savoys wanted to prove that they were as regal as any of Europe's royal families and could surround themselves with luxury to rival Paris. Turin's allure extends beyond its arcaded squares, avenues, and regal structures in the city center. Turin has a small medieval quarter, Roman remains, and full Art Nouveau neighborhoods, as well as a riverfront park with a whole faux medieval hamlet, demonstrating the city's lack of seriousness. Don't miss the wonderful museums of cinema, which is housed in a former synagogue. Turin's contrasts, as well as its coffee shops and magnificent cafes, will enchant you. You never really visited Italy if you skip our number 3, Sardinia. This mysterious Mediterranean island appears to be a world apart from Italy, and it is a country of striking contrasts. Sardinia has a lot more to offer the adventurous traveler, or even the sun-loving beach seeker, than its spectacular Costa Smeralda, the jet-set paradise of luxury enclaves nestled against the green waters of the northeast coast. The entire south is bordered by miles of white sand beaches, and the rocky interior is ideal hiking and climbing area. Sardinia is a great spot to visit if you want to see secluded mountain communities where traditional customs are not only alive, but thrive. The hundreds of strange round stone towers known as nuraghi that dot the entire island and rank Sardinia high on the list of unusual places to visit in Italy are the most cryptic and fascinating sights. These towers, sacred walls, huge tomes, and other prehistoric constructions can be found all over the world. Entire Phoenician and Roman cities are ripe for the picking. Make sure you never miss number 2, Ravenna. This old Adriatic city is certainly one of a kind in Italy. Ravenna's artistic roots are almost exclusively Byzantine, and the city houses Western Europe's best collection of Byzantine mosaics, all in near-perfect condition. Ravenna was the seat of King Theodoric the Great, who was raised in Constantinople, and it became a center for mosaic craftsmanship, which reached its pinnacle here in the 6th century. A UNESCO World Heritage Site has 7 structures covered with some of the finest examples of mosaic art. See them all, but especially the Neonian Baptistry from the early 5th century, San Vitale's spectacular interior, and Galla Placidia's jewel-like mausoleum, which UNESCO says one of the most artistically perfect and best conserved of all mosaic monuments. And finally, prepare yourself to be enchanted with her top spot. Number 1. Puglia. Puglia would be one of the country's most well-known tourist attractions if it were not so remote. Puglia is the heel of Italy's boot, a long stiletto heel going southeast into the Adriatic Sea. The metropolis of Lis was overflowing with Baroque architecture, including beautiful churches with intricately carved golden limestone facades. At the very tip of the heel, the Salento is a pristine coastline with rugged cliffs, soaring headlands, and beaches snuggled between them. Along the Salento's western shore, some of Italy's most beautiful beaches stretch for kilometers. The eastern shore is protected by the Parco Naturale Regionale Costa Otranto. Albania's mountains can be seen across the Adriatic from the 15th century fortress. The charming hamlet of Trulli, little conical roofed cottages that are now UNESCO World Heritage Site, may be found in Alberobello. While touring the area, you can stay in one of these little houses. Several Trulli at Trulli Resort Monte Pasubio have been refurbished with air conditioning, free Wi-Fi, and other modern facilities. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell us what are your top picks from our list. Let us know in the comments section below. I hope you guys are prepared to have the most amazing experience on your trip to Italy this 2022. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you want to discover more.